Hi everybody, this is Matt. Welcome back. The topic of this video is going to be concealed carry versus open carry. And that is a hot topic today. And I'm going to try to remain completely out of the political aspects of it and off of everybody's hot button. I just want to bring you a few things that I have from my own life experience as being a law enforcement officer in the past, and along with a few of the observations. So let's get this thing started. First of all, I have a couple of weapons here. This one you're very familiar with. It is a Glock. This is a Glock 17. No magazine, nothing in that chamber whatsoever. It's completely safe. Second one that we have here is a revolver. And this is completely safe. Nothing in there at all. Now, first thing I want to talk to you about are the types of things that we can use when it comes to carrying. Back in my law enforcement days, on my duty belt, I had a holster that was very similar to this. It was a leather holster. My only retention mechanism, this guy right here, which is nothing more than a snap. Now, for all of you former or current law enforcement officers out there, how many times during an arrest of a bad guy does the person like to get rowdy? And if you've ever had an experience like I have, and I'm sure you fellow and former law enforcement officers have had this, where you've got to take your arm and come down like this because you have to protect your duty weapon because the bad guy is trying to get it. Now, back when I was wearing a badge, it would be pretty easy because all the bad guys got to do is come in here, snap, and out it comes. With holsters that are available today for concealed carry or even open carry, a lot of them do not even have this as a retention mechanism. The top is actually open. It is simply holding that weapon in there and retaining it by friction, which makes it even easier to come out. Now, thanks to the advent of technology, we have high-tech holsters today that have different types of retention available to them, which is a good thing. Some of them are a button that you're pressing down on. Some, like this Serpa, has got the release here. Now, I can hold this thing upside down. I can try to pull down on it. It's going nowhere. Even if I'm a bad guy and I'm pulling on it, I'm pressing on this, nothing's going to happen until the tension is taken off, and then it can slide out. So that right there is an advantage. However, this being a paddle holster, it can still be taken away from you under the right set of circumstances. So it's just something to consider. So from a safety standpoint, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about if you're open carrying, that there is a chance that a bad guy or a group of bad guys might decide that, hey, that person over there, look, he's got a weapon, let's take it. Are you prepared to be swarmed by 2 or 3 individuals and have it taken away from you and personal harm possibly coming to you? Are you ready for something like that? Or would you rather carry concealed? Now, in the state that I live in, concealed weapons permits, or permits to carry weapons, whatever you want to call it, were not widely available because it was under the discretion of the county sheriff whether or not you would receive that permit. Only about, say, 3 years ago, did we become a shall issue state. So the general public is not used to seeing people walk around with something like this on their hip. Now, when hunting season comes around, it's completely opposite thing, where they are used to seeing hunters out carrying shotguns, rifles, all that sort of thing. The other thing to consider is, because of the way that the public perceives this and the fact that they're not used to it, they can easily get freaked out. An incident, incidents plural, that I've witnessed in the last 6 weeks brings something to mind. On 2 occasions, I saw 2 guys on motorcycles, the same 2 people showing up at the same convenience store. Both of them were dressed identically. Both of them had pretty much identical bikes. They had identical holsters, the whole 9 yards. However, they were wearing leather vests, or cuts, as you would call them in the motorcycle community, and the masks that look like skulls. Well, I pull up, I see both of them carrying, both of them with extra magazines. They don't take off the masks and they go into the convenience store. Now, if the convenience store clerk were to have noticed that and got nervous, what do you think might happen? A call to 911? Absolutely. That could possibly happen. Or somebody just sitting there in the parking lot might have noticed. And in this case, in both cases, obviously nobody noticed because the police were not called. But it would be within the right of that clerk if two guys coming in dressed like that, wearing masks and being armed, would that be concerned for them? Yes, it would. But we're also in a highly politicized environment, and I hate to bring in politics at all, where people are very, very touchy about people that enjoy the shooting sports and carry firearms. So would you rather be discreet and not call attention to yourself, or would you rather open carry? Now, being a former law enforcement officer, I can tell you that I'm more observant when it comes to people than, say, the general public. So I did notice those guys. Over the weekend, I noticed the fellow that was carrying. How did I notice him? How did he jump out or come onto my radar? Well, he was wearing tactical pants with a tactical belt, and I could see where he was printing. Would the average person notice that? No, probably not. So, would you rather be discreet, or would you rather advertise what you're doing? Now, as for me, I have no problem carrying concealed. I would rather carry concealed, but that is just me. It is not you. Hopefully I've brought to the table a couple of things that you can at least think about and go, okay, that makes sense, or that doesn't work for me. Regardless, just bringing you the information, and that is it. So everybody, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and until next time, have a great one. Everybody be safe out there.